American soccer fans, welcome to episode 182 of the USA Soccer Cast. We're bringing you everything about the U.S. national teams, the players, the leagues, and everything else that impacts the game of soccer in these United States. I'm Donald Wine. We have a lovely interview for you today. A couple of weeks ago, I got to chat with U.S. women's national team and Portland Thorns forward Sophia Wilson, who recently returned to the field for both club and country from maternity leave. The interview was part of the rollout for her partnership with Mondelez International, which features brands like Ritz and Chips Ahoy. They have a campaign this summer for some limited edition snacks featuring her, Alex Morgan, Christian Pulisic, and Pitbull. I'm cool with that too. We also get to talk with Sophia about her return to the field, what she's learned about herself as she's grown into a world star on the soccer field, and what the women's national team need to do to prepare for the CONCACAF W Championship this fall. So let's get right into it. Here's that interview with Sophia Wilson. First of all, Sophia, thank you so much for your time. I know you've had a busy day. I was on the call earlier. And I want to start with this. You recently returned to the field after giving birth. You're back in the national team. I know that isn't easy to balance all of that. What has been for you the most challenging part about this, returning to the field, getting back into playing shape and playing your way back onto the national team?
I think probably just the patience aspect of it. Like, obviously the athlete in me, the competitor in me wants to just, snap my fingers and be back and be feeling amazing and whatnot. But there is an aspect of, being patient with myself and with my body while I, adapt back into, playing a competitive sport at a high level and just the physical demands that come with that. So just the patience part of, letting it run its course and knowing that every day is not going to be perfect and every game's not going to be perfect, and just, giving myself grace with that.
I know you've mentioned before the long line of players on a national team specifically before you that have had children and returned to the national team, and some of the talks you've had with them. What is what's the best advice you've received throughout this journey so far?
Probably exactly what I just said was the hardest part. I think, like I know I was texting Alex the other day and just telling her that, I've had a few little nicks and knacks come up with my body. And she said, that's normal and the same things happened with her, but just give it a little bit of time and, that stuff will go away and you'll feel fully back to normal. And I think just trusting that and knowing that, every athlete who's come back from that kind of go through the same things and the same changes, and to just be patient with it.
As you've grown, from your rookie year till now, obviously your game has evolved quite a bit. What do you feel has evolved the most about the experience you've gained from then till now?
I think I've changed as a player in a lot of ways. I would say just figuring out ways to bring my teammates into the game. And, that's something that when Emma became the coach of the national team, that was a challenge that she had for me, is how can I find ways to kind of bring others into the game, and focusing on that and just kind of trying to, combine with my teammates regardless of who it is, and learning their tendencies, and so that we can be dynamic up front, is probably one of the main things that I think about my game that has improved.
I obviously everyone loves the dynamic that you, Mal, and Trin have had as Triple Espresso, as you were so aptly named back at the Olympics. What about that chemistry kind of came about so easily, where on the field and off the field, you three are just a dynamic trio?
I think we're all just so similar in a lot of ways. We're like sisters off the field, and I think obviously you could see that on the field, as we just had a natural chemistry, and it didn't take long for us playing together to click like that. So I'm excited to hopefully get back with both of them soon. I'm excited to be back with Trin this camp, but I think it's our chemistry off the field, just, translating on the field. I think we're all also like-minded in how we play, and we want to get to the goal as quickly and efficiently as possible. So it's just being kind of on the same page with that as well.
Well, I know we're certainly excited to see the two of you during this upcoming camp against Japan, and I know Mal is on our way back. Let's get
Mm-hmm.
to a little bit of why we're talking today. You're
Mm-hmm.
here because of your partnership with Mondelez and Chips Ahoy. Tell us about the summer of soccer and the work you're doing with them.
Yeah, I'm so excited to partner with Mondelez International. It's definitely a brand that I've, had in my life for years and years. I remember when I was younger just having, Chips Ahoy snacks after the games and maybe even during halftime if we were lucky, but it's just a brand that brings me a lot of nostalgia, and I'm really excited because there's new flavor coming out, the chewy dulce de leche. Um, it's really good. I've tried it, and it's definitely probably my favorite thus far. But it's just an exciting partnership, and I'm also excited because fans can have a chance to win prizes, and there'll be QR codes on the exclusive products that fans can scan, enter a chance to win prizes, and the one with me is a wellness like retreat inspired by me, and then tickets to a Portland Thorns match. So it's pretty good incentive to enter. And obviously you get a QR code by, getting the yummy snacks. So it's an exciting partnership. And I'm excited for this summer, all the soccer that we get to watch while enjoying the snacks.
And I'm a cookie fiend. I have to ask: do you dunk in the milk? No milk? How do you eat the cookies? Is it?
Um, I would normally say in milk for sure, but
Mhm.
the dulce de leche ones are like it's almost like they're too good they don't need milk.
I got you. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to trying those, and
Yeah.
we'll and as we kind of transition back to the soccer, you mentioned the summer of soccer. Obviously, the men's World Cup is coming up. The women's World Cup is next summer, and so
Mhm.
as the women's national team works towards qualifying this fall, what do you feel the team needs to work on in these coming months, not just with this window, but
Mhm.
moving forward?
Yeah, I think every chance we get to be together is very valuable because it's not every day that we're training together and getting to build those relationships. So I think it's taking advantage of every chance that we have. We have three upcoming games against, I think, one of the top opponents in the world in Japan, and taking everything that we can from those games and learning everything we can and trying new things, I think is important. So just yeah, I think making the most of all the time we have together going into a big tournament.
So I want to relate with you on a personal level real quick. You are my godson's favorite player. He talks about you all the
Oh,
time. He loves watching you play ever since he started watching games, and we go to Spirit games. So he was very glad and excited to see you make your debut coming back
oh,
in
that's so
DC.
sweet.
So he models his game after you, and
Hmm.
so for you, I know we talk about young girls who look up to you, but young boys
Yeah.
look up to you as well.
Hmm.
What for that next generation as a whole? What advice do you have for them as they get started, not just with watching the game, but playing it?
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I love to hear that, first of all. I think it's so cool to hear, that you are that person for young boys and girls. And I think the biggest advice would be to remain confident in who you are and what you can do with sports and life in general. There's a lot of adversity. There will be people or times or situations that kind of deter your confidence in different ways for whatever reason. And I think the biggest thing I learned in my career is to not let those moments or those people or those coaches or whoever it was, change the way I think about myself. And I know myself better than anyone. I know what I can do on the field. I know what I bring to the table, and just remaining confident in that in everything that I go through. And I think the other thing is to just enjoy it. Uh, Remember why you started playing to begin with. I started playing because I genuinely was just having fun and loved the game, and I remind myself of that every day, even when the days are tough. Just remember to try and find the joy in it, even if it's just like the small, little mundane things. you'll look back and realize that those are the best things.
Well, I know he's going to listen to this. So hi, Ethan. I know he likes cookies as well. So this is the
Oh,
perfect episode for him. As we wrap up here, I just want to ask you, because you're playing in Denver as part of the women's national team this month, but also the Denver Summit
yeah.
is in the NWSL. So you have another opportunity to go home. I know how much Colorado means to you, and
Hmm.
you kind of wear that with you wherever you go. What does it mean for you to be able to have more opportunities now that you are a mother to play
Hmm.
in the place that you grew up?
It's so special. I love going home to play in Colorado. I have so many friends there. I have a lot of family still there. So being able to go play where I grew up is like, it's always a surreal full circle moment for me. And now going back with Gigi, obviously my parents are going to be selfishly very happy that we have to go back there a few more times a year than normal. But yeah, I love playing back where I grew up because it's where I think became the player that I am. And yeah, I love Colorado. So it's always good to go back and especially to play.
Well, Sophia, it's great to have you back on the field. It's great to have you back on the national team. And thank you for joining me on here. Best of luck moving forward.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
We'll be back with more on the USA Soccer Cast after this quick break. Hey everyone, are you looking for the latest gear for your U.S. national teams, Major League Soccer, the NWSL, or any other team in the world of soccer? The USA Soccer Cast has affiliate partnerships that are ready to help you out. Head to linktree.com/USA SoccerCast, where we have links to Homage, Fanatics, the MLS Store, and Breaking Team. You can get the jersey, shirt, hat, or accessory you're looking for to support your team, while also saving some money and helping this show in the process. Again, linktree.com/USA SoccerCast. Click on the links and get your gear. And we thank you as always for your support of the show. We are back, and I really want to thank Sophia Wilson for joining me to chat about her comeback to the field, women's national team, and of course, these cookies. I was able to get my hand on some of these cookies. I haven't tried them yet. I'm going to make sure my godson gets to try them, because when it comes to the cookies, you got to get the kids on your side. So I'm going to save them for when I'm able to share that with him and my best friends. But also, it was great to hear her reaction when I said that she was my godson's favorite player, and how genuine it was for her to hear that she's a role model, not just for girls, but boys as well. I think it's important to know that role models don't have to be confined in that way. And I love that young kids embrace these young stars in the women's national team. And being able to see them on the field playing the game is going to inspire a ton of kids to do the same. So I thank Sophia for that, and for her candor on her comeback. You know, you could tell that she has a ton of people around her that she can turn to for advice as she pursues her own journey of competing at an international level while also being a mother. It's going to be fun to have her back in the field for the women's national team as we continue through the year. We have seen her in the first game against Japan in this window, and we'll probably see her a lot in the coming days and weeks. Speaking of the women's national team, they have completed 2 of their 3 matches against Japan in this window. The first match, the one that Sophia started in, a 2-1 win for the United States in San Jose. Roosevelt with the opening goal, and she also assists Lindsay Heaps on what proved to be the game winner. Last night's match in Seattle, that was a 1-0 loss for the United States. Japan came to play for real in these matches, and once the window is over, we'll do a full recap of what we learned about this series with Japan. But that will do it for episode 182 of the USA Soccer Cast. Thank you for listening. Remember, you can find us on Blue Sky, Twitter, and YouTube. Follow us on all of those sites at USA Soccer Cast. Subscribe, rate, and review our shows. It helps us get in front of new people, and it's greatly appreciated. Tell your friends about us. Finally, head to linktree.com/USA SoccerCast to check out our affiliate links and our stimulus store. We have everything you need to watch the beautiful game and follow your teams, and using those links also helps support the show. We'll talk to you again soon, y'all. Peace.